Hello out there. Welcome to today's edition of All Things Real Estate. If you are looking for a market breakdown about what is going on in this crazy real estate market, stay tuned for today's video. It is all about what is happening today. I'm going to talk about mortgage rates. I'm going to talk about the home building issue situation that we've got going on, and I'm also going to talk about housing values. Is your housing value going to drop? Are we in a housing bubble? All of those questions I am answering today, so stay tuned.
All things real estate, all things real estate.
Okay, what is going on with our mortgage rates, right? I keep getting that question from a lot of people. Rates are going up, oh my gosh. Okay, yes, they have gone up. 2% basically since January. So quite a little increase that we've seen, and a lot more than we have in previous years. So people are freaking out a little bit about the rates increasing. Yes, they are up to about 5.3 at this point, whereas they were right around 3 at the beginning of January. So what does that mean? That means that buyers' buying power, the amount of home that they can buy, has decreased for sure since January. No doubt about that. But what I will say is that they are still historically low. Typically, a normal rate is around 7%, so you're still a good couple points from that percentage. Now, the thing about the future of rates is that rates are tied basically to inflation. If inflation is rising, rates are going to continue to rise. So my crystal ball is a little broken because I'm not sure exactly what's going to go on with inflation. If we can figure out how to stave off inflation, then I think that we will see our rates stay steady, perhaps even tick a little lower than they are right now. But I also think that we have to be ready to see our rates steadily increase over the next year or so. I think they're going to be at 6, maybe even 7 by the end of 2023, just really depending on what happens with inflation and with any kind of recession happening. So that is my take on mortgage rates right now. Second aspect of the market update that I want to share with you guys today is home building. What is going on with home building? It is still crazy out there. All of my clients that are trying to get a new home are either having a hard time contracting on one because builders aren't wanting to contract on anything until the sticks go up, basically, so that they'll know what their fixed costs are and how much it costs them to build that home. Or my buyers are having to wait a long time for the home that they are under contract to have built. So those are still two things that I don't see any end to in the near future. We're still having a lot of building supply challenges, not just the lumber and things like that, but we're also having a lot of labor shortages in the building industry. So I don't see that changing anytime soon. People always love to have a new home, and the home building industry just got so shut down during COVID for such a long period of time that we are still seeing almost like the backlash of that. Even though it has been a while, they just simply have not been able to keep up with demand. So we are going to continue to see challenges in the home building process for the next 6 months to a year for sure. Okay, home values is the third aspect of the market update that I want to talk about today. The good news is that we have seen a crazy amount of increase in home values in the last year. We have seen a 19% increase in your home value in 1 year. Is that healthy? No, it's not. That is not a really healthy thing to have happen. Is it fun if you're wanting to sell your house? Absolutely it is, and I love that for my sellers, but it simply is not a healthy rate to have things increase at, and it does need to go down, and it is going to go down. I think in the next 6 months to a year, we're going to see a much more normal amount of house value increase, which is around 5 or 6%. Do I think that your home value is going to plummet because we are in a housing bubble? The answer to that is no. I do not think your housing value is going to plummet, and here's why. Because we still have a challenge with housing supply. We still have, and will continue to have, more buyers out there looking for homes than we have homes on the market. Even with the increased mortgage rates and things like that, we are still going to see multiple offers. and we are still going to see drivers be somewhat in the driving seat for the near future. So I think home values will continue to go up at a much more healthy rate. You're not going to see this huge decrease in your home value. But I do think that, the 19% increase that we've seen is not going to happen this year. Okay, so what is the bottom line to this market update? Bottom line is, it is still a great time to buy a house. Even though rates have gone up, it is still a fabulous time to buy because rates are still historically low. And I think they're not going to do anything but go up. We might see a tick down here and there, just depending on what's going on with recession-wise and inflation and things like that. You might just see a month where they go low and then go a little bit higher. But historically, they are still very low. And like I said, a normal rate's 7 or 8. So when you're looking at 5, that's still pretty darn good. And on the flip side, the seller side, it's been good for so long, it's going to continue to be good. Your value is great right now. It's not going to go up that much more if you hold on to your house another year. So right now is the time, a great time to jump into the housing market to sell it if you're interested at all. So that is my take on the market as of right now. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions about the market, I hope you can always reach out, get in touch. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope to see you next time on another edition of All Things Real Estate. And if you like these videos, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. See you next week. Bye-bye.
All things real estate and all things real estate.